So 50 years ago, this year, Dr. King came to Newark and he spoke at the Mount Calvary Missionary Baptist Church to build support for the Poor People's Campaign. 8 days later, he went to Memphis, Tennessee, and he was killed there. So we wanted to return to the church where Dr. King was 50 years ago, because 50 years later, that work is still undone.
So just as I say, we aren't going to let any dogs or water hoses turn us around, we aren't going to let any injunction turn us around.
He gave his most famous speech, the mountaintop speech. That night, there was a thunderstorm, and he was worried that it would keep people home. But it didn't then, and it hasn't today. So welcome to the rally for the 94%. So the 94% is the percentage of black voters who supported Governor Phil Murphy. And the campaign was really inspired by the realization that when a particular demographic, here black voters, give that much support to a candidate, here Governor Murphy, that governor has to have a specific plan to address the real world issues facing black voters.
First, we're asking him to transform New Jersey's youth justice system. Here in New Jersey, we have the worst racial disparities between black youth and white youth in terms of incarceration in the nation. And so with that, we want him to look at not only the racial disparities, but the entire youth justice system, including closing our state's 3 youth prisons. And so with that, our first ask of him was to create a youth justice task force to oversee that transformation.
And part of what we're urging the governor to do is make investments in kids that build them, not incarcerate them.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom! It is our duty to fight for our freedom! It is our duty to win! It is our duty to win! We must love each other! We must love each other! And support each other! And support each other! We have nothing to lose but our change! We have nothing to lose but our change!
The second ask was to restore the right to vote to people with criminal convictions.
So our push to enfranchise people with criminal convictions is born of our recognition that New Jersey cannot connect the sacred act, the right to vote, to a criminal justice system that is infected with racial discrimination.
And so we currently have 2 bills out that we're asking Governor Murphy to support and sign. And lastly, we're looking for him to eliminate the racial wealth gap.
So New Jersey is one of the wealthiest states in America. Here, the median net worth for New Jersey's white families is $271,000 a year. This is the highest in America. But by stark and really shameful contrast, the median net worth of New Jersey's black families is just $5,900. So we urge Governor Murphy to develop a specific plan to address the staggering racial wealth gap.
The Poor People's Campaign was really a rallying cry for Dr. King and those who supported him to make sure that economic justice was seen in the same breath as racial justice and social justice as well. Everything has to be led by the community. And so with our youth justice campaign, obviously the voice that has come out the most are the young people, which Dr. King recognized when he came to Newark all those years ago.
Because the time is now. The wait is over. These shackles burn. It is time to do what you promised and stop embodying the status quo. The children of the 94% didn't vote you in, but we can vote you out.
We are powerful, we are strong, and we stand as one up here. And as one, we will make a difference. As one, we will make a difference.
Democracy and economic justice and youth justice, those are things that Dr. King cared deeply about. He was excited about the opportunity to move the issue on those. And we're doing that now, inspired by him, even as his life was cut short early 50 years ago.
We've got some difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop.
Talked about difficult days ahead, but he also talked a lot about the promise that he saw ahead. And I think 50 years later, we're both experiencing the difficult days that he spoke about, but we're also experiencing the promise.
And I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, But I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
Keep standing, keep fighting, keep shouting, keep posting.